Good morning. It is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Drop a line. Tell me what you're thankful for. As for me, what aren't I thankful for? Maybe that'd be an easier thing. Yeah, it's been a good year. But what am I here to talk about today? Besides my annoying little friend who's right here between my legs named Millie, chewing on my ankle because she likes my old work boots, and I have a new pair and figures, don't you want to give these to me to play with? And I don't, but she can wait. But anyway, the question I've been asked is, why did I get this place? Why does off-grid living appeal to me? That was Bear. And I never really thought about it. You guys asked some good questions, but let's give this one a go. I can tell you I've always loved the outdoors. Doggone it, my tea's out of reach. Hold on a second. Yeah, I love the outdoors ever since I was a kid. Always doing my little adventures of Huckleberry Finn type stuff as a young person. As I grew older, I still had a very great appreciation for the outdoors. And my tail here. No, I'm not a Furby or furry or whatever you call it. I just wanted to give my hat a little more character. But anyway, yeah, I guess when I got married, we got into camping. And pretty much all my life I did camping, and even after the divorce, I still had an interest in camping, the outdoors, and just fresh air. And I mean, seriously, what's there not to like? How can these kids sit in their rooms all day on social media, or I don't even care what they're doing, sitting in their rooms and not want to be outside? I mean, at my age, I watch a lot of movies. I admit, but at some point it's like, I need outside. And I do. Every day I spend time outside. Even when I don't have anything to do, I want to be outside. Get some fresh air. Ride the 4x4 in little circles like I do. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, I guess around 2016, I was in Pequay Creek Campground for a couple years. Very nice campground, by the way. It's in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Susquehanna River's a mile or so down the road. Pequay Creek runs right through the campground. Awesome for kayaking and stuff. I don't kayak anymore because it's too high for my old body to get down low and get up from being down so low. So anyway, yeah, the prices kept going up. Not their fault, it's everywhere. And list of rules keep growing. Neighbors on top of neighbors. It's okay if you got good neighbors. Not so much if you don't. And campgrounds always have their little cult gangs or whatever. People, clusters of campers that just all hang out together. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that either. But the thought occurred to me, Why do I keep showing money out year after year? Just be handed a rule book. And I started looking for land. I wanted a place of my own. Now, at that time, we were really big into water activities. Jet ski, boats, kayaks, you name it. Anything to get you on water, I was there. And some of you people who knew me from back then remember those fun times. They were fun times. Do I miss them? Yeah, I think about them, but I call it switching gears. It's not so much you miss something as you move on with your life. You move on to something different, a new adventure. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted a new adventure. I wanted some place that if I wanted to open a window or back or front door, back door, it doesn't matter, to hang a gun out the door and start shooting at a target, I could do that. Couldn't do that in a campground. And I do have a passion for target shooting. Some of you also know that. You can ask any questions you feel like about that. I do have a growing selection of steel targets, AR-500 stuff that are fun to shoot. Dueling trees, yeah, we got that. So anyway, that started my search for a piece of property. And I didn't have much money to work with. I didn't want to go into debt. So basically, I was limited myself to the price of an SUV. And not one of these super trucks that you pay $100,000 for. My budget was under $50,000. And that's what led me here. You know, as far as my decisions on what led me to this camp in particular, that's a video in itself, folks. And maybe it's one that should be addressed for all the people that are thinking about finding a property where they can just set up camp and do what they want there according to local ordinances, because you're never going to get away from everything. I'll make a video on that if you'd like that. But that's what led me to Camp Freedom. It was just a stage in my life where I was ready for a change, something a little more permanent, and something that, you know, my taxes on a property wouldn't be more than what I was paying for a lot site in a campground. And I'm telling you, Peckway Creek Campground was awesome. Is woods. They also had open sites if you want them, or sites along the creek if you want them. I was up on top of the pretty steep hill in a wooded area. Loved it. Really did. Loved it. But yeah, we traded off I traded off the toys and slowly got land-based things, 4x4s and stuff like that, and equipment for up here. And I never looked back. Never said, man, I wish I was out on the Susquehanna River just kicking back on one of them islands that we used to hang out with. Met a lot of good people boating too. But anybody that knows Susquehanna also knows that that can be a wild, crazy, dangerous river. And this one happens to be below a dam beside, so waters were not always calm or safe or whatever. I mean, there's lots of flooding and stuff going on there, and you know, typical river life things. But this mountain hasn't flooded yet. Thank the Lord. I don't ever want to see it flood either. But I'll tell you what, we do get some rains. But anyway, that's what led me to Camp Freedom. I have neighbors. It's not like I'm super secluded or whatever. I mean, I'm down a road that dead ends into the state forest. Well, it doesn't even dead end. It just goes into dirt trails through the state forest that are labeled and given road names and stuff like that, but they're still pretty doggone rough, and you don't want to go back there in the wintertime because I don't particularly know if they don't maintain them. So if there's a tree down across the road, it may stay that way until spring. So yeah, so there's not a lot of people that live back here, but you know, I do have neighbors that in the wintertime I can see their houses. And hey, there's one way up there on the hill 100 feet higher than me. Yeah, I try and keep a low profile here, so to a certain extent, and I don't have any regrets. I do. I'm sorry, I lied. I regret that I haven't done this 30 years ago so I could have 10 times more of the property and 10 times more of the fun, 10 times more of the energy to get things done. You can coin that one if you want and own that saying, but that's just the matter. That's just a fact. But anyway, so there's the answer to how I ended up here, why I ended up here, how my life steered me in this direction. It wasn't just a spur of the moment, boom, out of the blue. Hey, I want to go live on a mountain. Or I want to camp on a mountain. I want to be in the woods. No. It was a lifelong passion for the outdoors, and the freedom being outside brings me and my soul. I know if you're a young kid or a teenager today, it might be the worst thing that could ever happen to you, but to me it sets me free. And I do mean free. And so there you go. There's that question answered. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of you didn't have that question, but now you got the answer. And these gnats are still bugging me. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I want you all to have a blessed Thanksgiving and find reason to give thanks. If there are some around you that need help, take the time to try and help them out in any way that you can. I mean, we're all in this together. Like what's going on or not, the solution is not fighting with each other. The solution is coming together and supporting each other and helping each other get through whatever comes our way. And a lot of people know my political views. I blame both parties and government for the horrible state of things in this country right now. I also blame it on people's choices to turn away from God. And you all know I've had some dark decades in my own life. And I'm not going to deny that. If anybody else wants to reach out and talk to me about that, I'd be glad to. If you think my story can help you out, I'd be glad to share it with you. But anyway, I want you all to have a blessed Thanksgiving and find ways to help each other out this Thanksgiving and beyond. And there's a lot of hurting people out there, even if it's just listening to their stories. You know, getting things off one's chest is often a great relief for many, many a hurt souls. And I just wanted to share that with you. You all have a blessed day, and you have a blessed week. This is Off Grid Amy 717. I'm out.